it's me Maxxy and I'm back for another video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about who I believe will be qualifying from the second semifinal of Eurovision 2019. So I already have a video talking about who I believe is going to qualify from the first semifinal for this year of Eurovision. So if you want to watch that, you can click right here. As I said in that video, this video is not my personal rankings, this video is not my personal opinions, this is who I believe will be qualifying based on my objective point of view. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first I just want to list out all of the countries that are competing in this second semi-final. We have Armenia, Ireland, Moldova, Switzerland, Latvia, Romania, Denmark, Sweden, Austria, Croatia, Malta, Lithuania, Russia, Albania, Norway, the Netherlands, North Macedonia, and Azerbaijan. So the same thing that I did in the video talking about the first semifinal, I'm going to be talking about the countries that I think for sure are going to be qualifying. Then I will talk about the countries that I'm like 100% sure are not going to qualify. And then I'm going to be talking about the countries that I'm not really sure, and I'm going to be working my way into figuring out who are going to be the 10 countries that will qualify. So firstly, talking about the countries that I feel like, you know, these have to qualify. First, we have the Netherlands. The Netherlands is not qualifying. They are, I think, #1 in the betting odds. We heard them perform already and we know that he has a good live. The Netherlands is good at staging, and it's very unlikely that the Netherlands doesn't qualify. They have qualified like all the last couple of years. They even qualified last year with that trash of a song. So in no alternate universe will the Netherlands not qualify. No way. The Netherlands is qualifying for sure. They might even win. So that's out of the question. Next up, we have Azerbaijan. I do want to say, because there was some confusion in the first video, that the order that these are being placed on the side is not the order that I think that they're going to come in. It's literally just the order that I said the stuff in. Just pay attention to whether or not I say they are going to qualify, they are not going to qualify, or if they're in the middle. Just to make that clear, because I don't think that Azerbaijan is going to come second in the semi-final. That's not the prediction. It's just literally just the order that I said it in. It has no correlation. Azerbaijan has only ever not qualified one time, I believe, and that was last year. Azerbaijan knows how to stage, and they have a really good song this year. And I trust, you know, the overall team. They have a very attractive man who's going to be the singer, and I just really, you know, as I think that they are a little bit wishy-washy. I think there is the potential that they don't qualify, but I really don't see it. I mean, it's Azerbaijan. Usually they always qualify. Even with mediocre songs they've qualified, I think that they will qualify with this one. No doubt, you know, and it's going to get a lot of jury love, I think, because it is a pretty radio-friendly song and all of that. So, you know, if he is good live, I think that they're definitely going to qualify. Next up is Armenia. Again, Armenia, just like Azerbaijan, they have a really good qualification record. They know how to stage, and they have a really good song, a really good artist, and it's very hyped up. You know, people are loving it, and like I said, they know how to stage. And, you know, if there is any issue with her live, if there's any issue at all, they know how to cover that up, and they know how to put on a performance. So I have full confidence that Armenia will qualify this year. Next up is Sweden. Sweden always qualifies lately. I mean, seriously, they've only not qualified, I think, one time. They're going to qualify this year. They have a really good radio-friendly song. Come on, we know the juries are going to love them. The televote might not, but I think that John has a lot more likelihood to get the televote than Benjamin did last year. I don't really know why, because, like, I mean, I thought his song was great. I did not think that Benjamin deserved, like, the place that he did with the televote. But irregardless, it's very unlikely that Sweden doesn't qualify. This is a good song. It's, you know, perfectly a solid, you know, good entry, and I know that Sweden knows how to stage, and he has a good voice, and, you know, it just checks all the boxes. You know, if this doesn't qualify, I think that'd be a pretty big shocker, because Sweden always qualifies. Next up, I want to talk about Switzerland. Again, this is one of the highest countries in the betting odds. As some people say, they are Fuego 2.0. I don't think they're that similar. You know, I don't listen to this and I just think, Fuego, you know, but I think that this probably is going to get a similar result to Fuego. He's a very attractive guy who's probably going to do amazing choreo, you know, based on that music video, and I'm sure he'll have a great voice, so I really don't see them not qualifying. I think that this is the best result Switzerland's going to get in a really long time. I'm a little bit worried because Switzerland is usually pretty hyped up, and then they kind of flop in the end, but I just don't see that happening. They have not been this hyped up in a very, very long time, so I think that Switzerland is for sure qualifying. Next up is Russia. So this is what I mean when I said that these are not my personal opinions, because if you guys don't know that Russia is in my bottom 5 this year, But there's no way Russia isn't qualifying. They are like in the top 5 for the betting odds. It's Sergei Lazarev. Everybody loves him. This is a potential winner, whether I like it or not. This is a potential winner. This is not qualifying. You know, they've probably got the dream team working on it. It's Sergei. Like, we at least know he's going to have a good voice, and we know that they're going to put on a performance. It's Russia. Russia always qualifies, other than, you know, last year. But I don't think that this is going to be last year. I mean, you have to be really, really horrible for you not to qualify if you're Russia. So Russia's got this year. And lastly, of all the countries that I'm like pretty much 100% sure they're going to qualify, I have Norway. I saved Norway for the last of this category because I'm still not sure. I'm a little bit nervous about how they're going to stage it, but just based on the song, this is very unique. And people are going to fall in love with this when they hear it because it's very unique, but it's also very mainstream and like palatable for the everyday person. It's still a very normal pop song, but then they have that awesome like yoiking, I think is what it's called. That awesome ethnic vibe that comes in that really adds some individuality. And that's something that we have not heard a lot in Eurovision. And I think that is really going to speak to a lot of people watching Eurovision. So I think that for sure that they will probably qualify. Norway qualified last year with a really horrible song. And if they don't qualify this year, I'll feel pretty bad. All right, so next I want to talk about the countries that I feel like these are not qualifying. So firstly, let's talk about Croatia. Croatia's not qualifying. This is a perfectly fine song. It's really not that bad. Honestly, there's no really horrible song in this semi. This is definitely the stronger semifinal of the two. But the thing is that this song is just like, it's not enough of anything. He has a great voice. He has an amazing voice. That's it. They didn't qualify last year. They had a beautiful woman sing an amazing song. Like, I like to do that a lot where I compare the 2 years. And I'm like, if you didn't qualify last year, you're not going to qualify this year. This song has nothing that you offered last year, you know, and I just don't see them doing much to really like amplify this with the staging or anything like that. So there's not a lot of hype in the fandom, and like, we can't always trust the fandom hype, but I think that generally speaking, most people are not going to like love this song. I think that this has a chance for last place in the semi. Yeah, I don't see this qualifying. Next up, let's talk about Moldova. So the thing about Moldova is they have a very distinct sound and sort of thing that they usually bring to Eurovision, and it usually does them well. This is not that though. This is not wacky. This is not goofy. I don't see them trying to do anything crazy with the staging, and usually that's what saves Moldova. Usually what saves Moldova is the wacky, crazy staging. And their song last year really wasn't talked about much until the live show, and it shocked everybody how well they ended up actually doing because, you know, we just didn't expect that. With this, however, I don't see them doing much with the staging to really shock us in any way, to really like blow our wigs off of our heads. I don't see it. It's a ballad. It's a ballad, and that's about it. I just don't see them doing much in terms of staging. I'm sure she'll be perfectly fine, but I don't see it qualifying. Right, next up is Macedonia. Macedonia is a weird one because I feel like the fandom really, really loves this song this year, but you know what? The fandom loves Macedonia every single year and they don't qualify. I don't think that this has anything like the entries that they sent last year. I don't anticipate them staging this well because they never do. And this is just, people are going to be bored by this. You know, I think that the only potential that they have is people are going to resonate with the message. But even then, I don't think that that's going to be able to save them. You know, this is a pretty tough semi, and I just do not see them qualifying this year, unfortunately. Because I really would love for them to do well, but I just don't see it happening. All right, and lastly of the countries that I feel like for sure you're not qualifying is Lithuania. I really wasn't sure if I wanted to put this in this category because I do think it's a perfectly fine song, but I think that's also its downfall, is it's just a perfectly fine song. I just think that this one unfortunately falls victim to it being a really tough semi. I think that it has the potential to qualify, but probably not, just because it's a really tough semifinal and there's probably a lot more other entries that people are going to be more likely to vote for. This is a, you know, a cool pop song, but it doesn't do enough to really stand out in any way. I think that Lithuania knows how to stage their entries, honestly, though, so I think that that could help them. But yeah, I really do not see Lithuania qualifying most likely, so unfortunately, because I actually do really like this song. So next up, I want to talk about the entries that I'm like kind of like so-so with. Are they going to qualify? Are they not? Let's figure it out. So firstly, I want to talk about Albania. So Albania, I feel like is probably going to qualify. Like if they don't qualify, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to fight somebody out there. I will be mad if Albania doesn't qualify. But I put it in this category just because Albania is a wishy-washy country. Usually Albania doesn't do the best. So they had a really good entry last year and they qualified. I think that this entry is better than last year's. I think that it's more unique and all of that, and it has, you know, a beautiful woman. She's a fashion icon. You know, I expect them to qualify, but I'm still not sure. I'm still a little bit nervous. And objectively speaking, I just don't know. I think that they deserve to qualify. Objectively looking at the song, I think that it deserves to qualify. It deserves to place really, really well. However, and I'm not sure how the viewers are going to vote. All right, so next up I want to talk about Ireland. So Ireland, I'm not sure, because I'm pretty sure that Sarah is going to have a really good live vocal, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to stage it really, really well, because Ireland usually has really, like, overwhelmingly good staging. However, I fear that Ireland kind of has this syndrome of, like, you really need to stand out or you're not going to qualify. And the issue is I just, you know, although I do feel like this song is better than their song last year, I just worry that it's not going to have the same message, you know, and that same thing that's going to really grab people to want to vote for the entry like they did last year. You know, it's going to be a pretty girl singing a really fun song, but what about it is going to make people want to pick up the phone and vote? You know, last year they had a really good message, but I'm just, you know, I would love for it to qualify. I kind of hope it qualifies, but I just don't think it will. So I'm going to say that Ireland does not qualify this year. All right, so next I want to talk about Romania. Romania is interesting because they have an amazing qualification record. I'm pretty sure they always qualified other than last year, right? I think that that was the case. So with that being said, I think that they have a good chance to qualify because they just have a good track record. And this song is good, and I think that they'll stage it well and everything. I think that this does have a good chance to qualify because it stands out. I think that, you know, watching her live performance on her national final, it makes me nervous because she kind of has like UK 2017 syndrome where she makes really weird faces and she pronounces words really weird, and it's going to turn a lot of people off. But if she can get her performance together, if it can be staged really, really well, I think that Romania does have a chance to qualify, but I am going to say that Romania doesn't qualify for this video. All right, so next I want to talk about Latvia. So Latvia is a weird one. I think that they will qualify. I just want to preface that. However, I think that out of all the ones that I'm saying they will qualify, I think that this is the least likely to qualify, if that makes sense. Because I just don't know how the viewers are going to take it. First of all, Latvia has a really bad track record. They have not qualified the last couple of years. And so with that being said, that makes me nervous. However, the thing about this song is it's either going to really stand out because it is really different than a lot of the other entries, or it's going to be really boring for people. It's going to really like just, you know, be their bathroom break song. It just depends on how people are going to take it. I'm really not sure how it's going to go for them. I really hope that they do qualify. I think it's an amazing entry. It's one of their best entries ever. I would honestly say that confidently because it's really different, and I think that they're going to stage it really well because they stage it really, really well. And they usually do really good staging, but they stage it really well in the national final. So I have a lot of hope in that regard. I think that they will do well. I hope that they qualify. And I am going to say, for the sake of this video, that they will qualify. All right, so next I want to talk about Malta, right? Oof, Malta. I love this song. It's one of my favorite songs this year. I don't think it's going to qualify. Oh God, I don't know. I just think Malta has a really, really bad track record, and I just, ooh, I don't know. Their song was so good last year and they didn't qualify, and I think that this song on first listen a lot of the times, you know, turns people off. I think a lot of people don't like the drop the first time they hear it. I think it grows on people the more that they listen to it, but I think that, you know, based on the people who are going to be voting, they're going to listen to it one time. They might not respond to it as much the first time they hear it. I'm just also nervous about staging. I just, you know, worry about Michaela. She's still a new performer, and I just worry about, you know, her live performance and the overall, like, the presentation of the entire thing. I worry. And so, as much as I really want this to qualify, I really hope it qualifies. Right now, I just don't feel like it will. But I'm still going to take this time to enjoy the song because, you know, it's a bop. All right, next I want to talk about Denmark. I don't think Denmark is going to qualify. I think that, unfortunately, this song just lacks enough to grab somebody to want to vote for it. It's a very sweet song, but there's other sweet songs in this semi-final. She's a very pretty girl, but there's a bunch of other pretty girls in the semi-final. It's just a regular song. It's just perfectly regular. She's perfectly regular. Her voice is perfectly regular. It's just perfectly regular. And I just don't see that this is going to qualify. I think the thing about Denmark is a type of country that people like to vote for. And usually they have a pretty good track record of qualifying. But I don't know. I just don't see this qualifying. I think that there are a lot better songs. If this qualifies, it'll be one of those situations where I'm like, somebody else deserved it, you know? I could see it qualifying, I don't think it's going to. All right, and lastly, let's talk about Austria. So I do think that Austria is going to qualify. It is my 10th song that I believe will qualify. The reason I say this is because, first of all, Austria has a very good track record. I'm pretty sure they have qualified every single time since Conchita won. They have a really good track record, and this is a really good song. You know, every single year, there's a song that the fans just completely sleep on. And I think that this year it is Austria. I think that the general public is going to really respond well to this. It's a beautiful ballad. It's a really beautiful ballad. I think that she has a striking image. You remember her blue hair. You remember her interesting name. You're like, Panda. But then you hear the song. And it's one of those slow songs that makes you stop and listen. It makes you like, you have to take it in because it's just so beautiful. I really expect them to do really cool things with the staging because the music video could totally be recreated on the stage. I just think that this is really high quality and really beautiful. I think that it could not qualify just because it's not being hyped up by the fandom, but I really think that this is going to be the one that everybody sleeps on, and then it does amazing. Alright, so just to recap, the countries that I think are going to qualify from the second semifinal of Eurovision 2019 are the Netherlands, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, Russia, Albania, Latvia, and Austria. So those are my personal qualifiers for the second semifinal of Eurovision 2019. Let me know in the comments down below who you think are going to qualify for the second semifinal. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter at Maxxy so you don't miss out on anything that I post, any live streams that I do, anything, just to keep up with everything that I do. I'm so close to hitting 4,000 followers. Like, guys, it would mean the world to me if you went and followed me on Instagram. Like, seriously, would love that. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well so you don't miss out on any other video. But yeah, guys, my name is Maxxy. I will see you all later. Goodbye. Mwah.